what an astonishing revolution Bitcoin is immune from attack.
All right, guys, this is Danny at the Crypto Show, and welcome back to the Bloomberg Radio Network. And I'm here with Tone Vays, and Tone Vays started off in traditional investing with Bear Stearns and a few others, and he moved his way into cryptocurrency. So Tone, tell me how you got started into investing, and how did you make the transition into cryptocurrencies?
Sure. I started out at Bear Stearns Asset Management, but we were building risk models. So my actual 9 years of experience on Wall Street through a couple of companies, Bear Stearns, JP Morgan, MSCI, Axioma, were mostly in the vicinity of risk analysis and risk management. Just before I got that job at Bear Stearns, I took a workshop on trading, and I wanted to learn how to trade, though at the time I didn't have any money. So as I was making money through Wall Street, I kept trading on the side whenever I could legally because there was a lot of restrictions. And I always wanted to be a trader, even though my job didn't require it. So eventually in like 2013 to 2015, I started taking trading seriously as Bitcoin came into my life. I got into Bitcoin in 2013, 2014, in that time period, because I saw the events of Cyprus and I didn't want my hard-earned income to ever be confiscated. And that's how I fell into the whole crypto world. Really liked it, started speaking at conferences, and slowly did interviews like this, and now I start my own YouTube channel. And when I quit my job, I became a full-time trader. Now I am so busy traveling the world, speaking about Bitcoin, blockchain, my own YouTube channel. It's very hard to find time for trading. So I teach workshops teaching other people how to trade instead. But I do have 15 years of trading experience.
You know, you describe unconfiscatable money. I hear you talking about this all the time. Let the audience know what unconfiscatable money means to you and you know, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin is absolutely amazing. For the first time in human history, you have something of value that is unconfiscatable. But it's only unconfiscatable if you read and study and understand how to protect your own Bitcoin. If you buy into Bitcoin and it's sitting at a Bitcoin bank like a Coinbase, or it's sitting at an exchange, it's not unconfiscatable. Someone else is maintaining your Bitcoin. But if you take control of those private keys, if you store that Bitcoin on a thumb drive or a hardware wallet, like a cold card or a Trezor or a Ledger, or even on your own cell phone, then it becomes unconfiscatable unless you share your password with someone, or your password is too weak and it gets hacked. But the downside of that is you are responsible for it. If you don't do a backup and you lose that password, or you lose that phone without a backup, now it remains unconfiscatable, but even you cannot access your own money. So it's a double-edged sword, but this ability did not exist before, and that is the true innovation of a proof-of-work blockchain. The other useful thing is that you can send it to anyone without permission, and that's the censorship-resistant value transfer property that nobody can stop.
So how does cryptocurrencies, say the trading markets, you know, you did traditional trading, how does it differ from the regular stock exchange, and how does that an advantage average Joe as far as getting into, because it seems like there's a lot less hurdles for someone to get into trading with crypto rather than the traditional stock markets?
That is a really good question. I was still in my university when the dot-com trading frenzy and the dot-com bubble was taking place. I remember one of my dorm room mates, when he borrowed $1,000. We were like 19-year-old kids then. He borrowed $1,000 from his older brother, and he was like raving about how he's trading on E-Trade, trading penny stocks in like 1999, like at the height of the market. Of course, he lost that $1,000 somewhat quickly. But what I realized now, what was happening back then, the fact that you had all of these brokers as dot-coms allowed an 18, 19-year-old to start trading. That's what allowed the taxi driver, the shoe shiner. This allowed them to start trading, and they were not very responsible traders. This is how your taxi driver was telling you about the latest IPO in 1999. I see, and all of that kind of went away because of a bubble. I see all of that come back now with the crypto space. There is no age restriction. You can be 13 years old trading crypto. There's no financial restrictions. You can trade it with $100. There's no geographical restriction. You don't need to be banked. So it's bringing in all of these newbies that weren't even alive during the dot-com bubble, and they're thinking this is something new, when in reality it's not. So I see this FOMO and frenzy of a novelty of trading, and when the altcoin bubble finally pops and all we have left is Bitcoin, it'll then go back to what it should be. But as far as trading them, there's nothing new here, only now you're trading on unregulated exchanges. And I think it's a little bit more difficult, but there's more opportunity for 1,000x returns.
Right. So with cryptocurrencies, it's kind of a hurdle as far as getting involved if you're new. What do you think they could change in the space to make cryptocurrencies easier for people to understand?
Nothing really. It just takes time. It takes time and confidence and understanding. The first time I ever used email, I was a freshman in my university, and we had to use Unix commands to access our email. And then in my second semester of college, my college finally adopted webmail. Clearly, I wasn't at an MIT. I'm sure had it a lot earlier. But we didn't get webmail till my second semester, and it was the greatest thing ever, going from checking your email using Unix commands to using just, a web interface. And I think over time, it'll just be easier to use Bitcoin. You may not even realize you're using it. Payments with Lightning are coming. So as far as the confidence of trusting Bitcoin, that's going to take a few more years, like the confidence of online banking. I remember, again, in 2003 when I was in grad school, my roommate was using an internet bank, and it was such a crazy concept. What do you mean it's an online bank? There's no physical location that you can walk into? He's like, no, it's an online bank. They save so much money by not having physical buildings that you can withdraw your money from any ATM. They reimburse you the ATM fee. They give you higher interest because they don't have to hire any physical people to work at any branches. And that idea of using the internet for your banking, eventually there'll be confidence in using Bitcoin for your money. And as far as the technological ease, it comes with time. It's just that people will build better and better and more self-intuitive interfaces with simple backups, so you don't lose your Bitcoin but still have control of it.
Awesome. I know you have to go pretty quick. You have another meeting. But finally, what do you think cryptocurrencies mean for third world countries, say Venezuela or Argentina, wherever?
So they allow you to have a medium of exchange that does not inflate. So if you are in Venezuela, just you may want to buy a little bit of Bitcoin because they just devalue their currency 95%. The whole petro thing is ridiculous. If you're in a third world country, remember, this is still very, very speculative. I don't expect the developing world to drive Bitcoin to the next level. There's just not enough money there. I am more interested in what happens in Europe. Let's say the common currency of the euro starts to collapse. Italy has more problems. Spain has more problems. Those are the people that have hundreds of thousands of dollars that they've saved over the years in retirement, and they would need to put that money into something that is not going to disappear because their government did or said something, okay? So that's what I'm looking to drive Bitcoin to the next level. But for the people in developing countries, it can still protect them while if their currency is seriously deflating, Bitcoin shouldn't do that. I mean, my outlook for the price of Bitcoin is still pretty bearish for the rest of the year, but Bitcoin will eventually bottom out when this price bubble pops because the underlying technology bubble of Bitcoin has never happened. More and more people continue to use Bitcoin even though the price is falling. That is not what I can say for the ICOs and all the other altcoins. I do expect the other altcoins to slowly, that one, not only is there a price bubble, I think that one is in a technology bubble, and all of that will probably go away. Bitcoin is still the only decentralized crypto we have, the only true decentralized crypto that is using proof of work, and I do think it has a very bright future after this price correction plays itself out.
Earlier in the year, you made a prediction of 5,700. Is that correct? Or
4,900 actually.
Okay.
Earlier,
so how far off are you now? And
well, I'm still waiting for it. Around mid-January, I was already super bearish with my most optimistic outlook being 4,975, my most pessimistic outlook being closer to 1,300. I am waiting for my most optimistic outlook of 4,975, and once we hit that, I will then reevaluate, is that the final bottom, or are we going to go lower and perhaps as low as 1,300? That's been my outlook since around January 20th. My time estimate is I am expecting 49.75 by late October, early November. And after that, I will again reevaluate my time. The longest I expect this bear market to last is into August of next year. But again, your prediction is only as good as your last prediction. So the next time you guys hear me, I may adjust everything I've said today.
All right. Thank you very much, Tone.
No, thank you. It's been awesome.
All right.